Well, welcome back to the channel, guys. I apologize if I'm looking a little bit on the tired side. And also apologize for not posting up on Sunday. I had this amazing plan that I would be able to post up every Sunday morning. And it was all going well until this thing called the Norovirus hit me on Wednesday night last week. And I literally was in bed until yesterday morning. With all kinds of crazy going on. So it's probably the worst thing I've ever had in my life, and I never want to have it again, and I don't even wish it on my worst enemy. It was awful. So that meant that hindered me getting out and doing anything. I had a bit of a planned ride, which obviously didn't happen. But I'm here. It's Monday. It's actually my birthday, which is really cool. I'm supposed to be flying out to Portugal tomorrow. I almost called it off. I've almost called it. I don't know. I'm still not 100% sure if I can go because I'm not feeling 100% at all. But I feel a hell of a lot better. And I think I'll be kicking myself if I don't go. So I think I should maybe just force myself to go. And if I need one more day of recovery or something, Portugal is a great place to recover because it's still 20 degrees and sunny down there. And it's absolutely horrible here and been horrible for days. So my plan, hopefully, is that tomorrow morning I go to the airport, I fly to Porto. Originally, I'd planned to kind of go around Portugal a little bit, kind of pack the bike up, well, get there tomorrow. Wednesday morning, I pick up my Interceptor, Royal Enfield Interceptor, and my plan was to go around Portugal a little bit to different towns. But that has changed slightly because I think what I don't want to be doing is spending loads of time figuring out where to park the bike, where to put all the kit and that. So I've decided to base myself in Porto for the most part. Portugal's not huge. I think it's about 600 kilometers or something from top to toe. So I could do day trips and maybe stay somewhere further south. But there's loads to see in the northern part of Portugal. Absolutely loads. There's loads of motorcycle related stuff up there as well. So I think I am going to try and base myself there so I can put all of my stuff into a hotel. And when I go out for a ride and go out to explore, I don't have to pack up everything and take it with me. I think that's just a smarter way to do it. I'm not touring like I was when I rode down to Turkey. I'm doing a visit. I'm kind of just going to enjoy trying out this Interceptor and also trying to get onto one of those fake Harley Davidsons. Anyway, so that's the plan. Obviously, if I wake up tomorrow morning and I'm feeling too rough, then I won't be going, unfortunately. But I think I might just force myself to do it anyway. I don't think I'm contagious anymore. I don't want to be kind of irresponsible with that. But I feel actually a lot better, but just so weak. I've lost nearly 5 kilos, and most of that's water, obviously. But my life, if you get a chance to avoid the Norovirus, avoid it. It's a bad one. Now, as you guys know, I am a bit of a Harley Davidson fan. Having never ridden one, it seems a little bit odd. I can't really say if they're even decent bikes to ride, but I've loved them from a distance. Like many people, we kind of grown up with Harley Davidsons, surrounded by Harley Davidsons. In all of our favorite films, there's Harley Davidsons. You know, if you watch kind of Terminator and stuff like that, you were just obsessed with Harley Davidsons, and that's one of the things that kind of got you into motorcycles, just the sound of the machines and everything. But so much interesting stuff is happening around Harley Davidson. I don't know much about it, but I've just heard another motorcycle Harley Davidson dealership is closing down in Plymouth. So something's going on there. Things are falling apart in some way or other. If you go onto YouTube, you can see a lot of people very upset about Harley Davidson because they've gone down a kind of a path that they're not happy they've gone down with. And of course, when the Americans get really upset about something, they just kind of go and blow it up, don't they? So I've seen this guy on YouTube. He was really upset with Harley Davidson, so he took his gun out and just shot his Harley Davidson like 1,000 times. You can't really do that kind of thing in the UK. If you American guys are watching this, you go to prison for that over here, actually. If you got a gun out for just to shoot your motorcycle in your backyard, that's a criminal offense over here. But but it's just interesting to note that this Harley Davidson iconic brand seemed to be undergoing some major kind of problems that they don't seem to be getting over very quick. We've got riders here in Bristol. They seem to be doing just fine, although riders in Plymouth seem to be doing just fine, but suddenly 5 days ago announced immediate closure. So stuff is going on. So if you guys can fill me in on that or start some kind of discussion around that, it'll be interesting. I've always been surprised that Harley stopped producing the thing like the Sports. I know they come out with the Sportster S, but the iconic Sportster, which was, you know, around since the 50s, why they stopped producing that. And I know that they couldn't reach meet the Euro 5 regulations and stuff like that, but surely there's stuff you can do to make a bike meet the Euro 5 regulations without absolutely breaking the bank and having to change the complete design of the bike. The SWM, the Stormbreaker that I'm hoping to try out when I'm in Portugal, they've managed it. They've managed it with the 1200. So I'm laughing because I just find it so funny that this completely kind of, it's a Chinese bike through and through, that they've managed to pull it off with a 1200 Sportster. And I've got to try that bike out. It's going to be so funny. And if they're ever introduced into the UK, I guess the timing might be just right. If Harley did absolutely go belly up in the UK, but people still wanted a Sportster, well, there's one ready to go that meets the Euro 5 regulations. So, you know, maybe I should start importing them or something. But no, I've got to try one first. That's one of my plans while I'm in Portugal, is to find an SWM dealership and get to them and try out one of these Stormbreaker 1200s. That's going to be good fun. And then I'll be able to say that I've ridden a Harley, but I've not ridden a Harley at the same time. It will be strange, won't it? Because then I'm going to go and find a Harley and try one out, a real one, and see if it's any better or worse or whatever it might be. But yeah, we'll see. Strange way around to do it, but it's a fun way around to do it, I guess. So one of the other things I've been doing as well is building up some of my tool collection, because I am planning to kind of do some deep dives into the engine and various bits and bobs, probably both on the Thunderbird and the Phaser, as we start to kind of strip that down and bring that back to its original glory. And that's kind of what we decided to do for now, is that we're going to take it apart, we're going to bring it back to the original glory of the Phaser, because that for me is an iconic bike. I had a guy mention in the comments the other day that he's never heard the word good-looking bike, the words good-looking bike and Phaser in the same sentence. Now, I don't know about you, but I think the Phaser is a phenomenally good-looking bike. And it might just be me, because I'm kind of an 80s, 90s kid, you know, and the boxiness and the bulkiness of stuff kind of appeals to me with bikes. But I understand that maybe that just wasn't your thing whatsoever. You were into a bit more of a finesse, kind of a bit more rounded edges or whatever it might be. But I love this stuff. So I love the cars of the 80s and stuff like that as well, that had that kind of square blockiness about them. And the bikes of the 80s that had this square blockiness about them. I just loved it. And I mean, the Phaser is kind of a square blocky looking thing, isn't it? Even the design, the box eye lights on the front and everything. Still talking about the Phaser. But anyway, so there's a few bits I've bought. So one of them is the carburetor tuning tool, which I've had one before. When we moved, I somehow misplaced. How do you misplace something like that? It's got pipes hanging out of it and everything. But anyway, I got a new one of those. And as many of you will have seen, with my absolute butcher job of taking the bearings out of the front wheel of the Phaser last week, I didn't really have the right tools to do that job. So now I've gone and bought myself the right toolkit. It is like a bearing pulling tool. So it won't just be for bearings, it'll be for all sorts of stuff. You can pull things out without using a hammer and a flipping screwdriver and all the kind of stuff that you shouldn't be using, but you end up using anyway, don't you? Because you kind of bodge it. So I've got that as well, which I'm really pleased about. Will make jobs a lot easier for the future. Definitely. So guys, this one was just a short one. Sorry about that. not much riding or no riding at all. So I may just put in a little video now of me riding off into the distance or something like that, or an old clip from a Turkey trip or something. But yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with family a bit. It's my birthday today, 49, get in. And hopefully, if I'm feeling okay, I will be on that plane to Porto tomorrow. And if there's anybody in Porto that would like to meet up for a coffee, a chat, talk about motorbikes, just make some connections, that would be absolutely awesome. So get in touch, put a message on in the YouTube comments. I will get in touch with you because I will be kind of videoing and editing down there and checking comments on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to meet up, that would be awesome. I'm down there, I'm riding around Porto and the north of Portugal for about 4 days, something like that. So yeah, up until the weekend. So let me know, that would be awesome. Thanks again for tuning in. Sorry for the short one. Sorry it wasn't stupid interesting, but I wanted to keep my goal of posting up once a week, posting something once a week, and I managed to keep it just about. So anyway, speak to you guys soon. See ya.